Yo, uh, I guess this is me saying goodbye or quitting. Well, I can't even say that. I mean, I haven't been playing this game. I really don't play this game. I'll probably get on once a week, do a few bounties. I don't even run the raid. Um, I love the map though. Amazing map, 10 out of 10. My favorite map besides New Genesis, and I love that map. Uh, yeah, so I was already shifting away from DC, but what really done it was, bro, two OP pieces, dog. It already takes me an entire DLC just to max out one. As y'all can see, I haven't maxed out this one. I look he could have, but again, I stopped caring. You know, I've been shifting away from DC for a long time, a long time. The game that I'm on now is called My Hero Ultra Rumble. It's from the anime My Hero Academia, so that's my main game right now. You know, I'm a whole sweat in that game, but yeah, I already got my own channel for that, building that up, and yeah, bro. But I've been like this for a long time though, for a while. The only reason I've been playing, um, was because of this channel. If it weren't for this channel, man, I would have been quit. My main, and even with this channel, my main objective was to show people that you don't have to tank in one playstyle. Like you don't have to have a narrow tanking playstyle, bro. You know, you can be versatile as a tank. You can do this and that as a tank. So that was one of the reasons. Debunking all the misinformation about tank artifacts. Because a lot of people don't do research. They just go off of influence and just go off of bias and he say she say, not actually doing the homework for themselves. So I took it upon myself to do that. So I show y'all what artifacts to use as a tank. Um, I show you what to do. I gave y'all details, a detailed breakdown from top to bottom. Um, and yeah, just putting y'all on game. I think I said like one or two things that was incorrect or false, but I've already made a video on correcting myself on that. So if you're new to my channel, I recommend you watch my channel backwards. Well, not even backwards, just go to my latest artifact or tank video, and then yeah, I may even make one more just to have a final. I've done that so many times, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I may just make one more, but I'm trying to figure out what else should I say. Yeah, man, appreciate all the love and support y'all shown me in game, outside of game, real life. You know, really appreciate it. It really kept me going. It meant a lot to me, man. Um, if you want, you can unsubscribe. You don't have to. I'ma still, I don't know, man. I may still post. I I'll probably drop a raid run, and that's if I even do that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I'm gonna do that, but this is my setup. Mystic. I told y'all about Mystic. I like running supers as a tank, cause why not? Sissy's mask. Told y'all about that. EOG, and then I'm running hard devices. Um, Man, I may do an artifact breakdown again. Just, you know what? That's it. Why not? Just in case you're like new to my channel, bro, I'ma go ahead and break everything down. If I remember everything correctly, bro, cause mind you, I ain't been on this game in ages, bro. So the best artifacts for a tank is Mystic and Sissy. Everything else is just optional. That's all you need is Mystic and Sissy. Um, Sissy is good at 120. Mystic is good at 120, 160. Uh, let's see. The Luster, yeah, you can run it. You know, it's an option. I wouldn't do it though, but you can run the Luster. If you're using it, I would say it's best as a fire tank, maybe Rage, because fire has the most health. And so, even though it procs off dominance, you still have a lot of dominance. Hold on. Yeah. I mean, I take that back. Let's see. The Luster Refractor. I mean, you can use this, but I wouldn't. E-Bomb. Don't use E-Bomb. Even though it gives you damage reduction, it overrides Superman. It's weaker than Superman, and it overrides it or cancel it out. And then yeah, you can't stack. Every man is trash. I already told y'all this in my other video. It's catfish. It's a scam. All the defense that it gives you, it goes away the split second you heal. Most of the time you're tanking, you're at full health. And even if you get low, you're going to get healed by a soda cola or a healer in that split micro nanosecond. And that same nanosecond, your defense, all that defense that you got, a million plus defense, it goes away. So what's the point of having it if it's going to keep going away like that, you know? And you only get a real buff when you're low, like one tap, 30% health. You know what I'm saying? So nah, trash. Maybe if you're running a no shield loadout with no healer, but still, bro, nah. Lasso, it's okay. It's decent. I wouldn't run it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Lasso only mattered when as far as the tank, I think Lasso only mattered and when ROE came out. Maybe TTE. I don't know. Maybe TTE last boss if you're doing a feat or two tanking. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I remember when it first came out, people was two tanking it, but I don't know. Last pit is optional. I wouldn't use last, but that's just me. I'm old school with it. You feel me? We ain't have last back in the day, you know. So why would I use it now? You know, but it's optional. If you want to use last, go ahead. Manacles is trash. I done went so hard on this artifact so many times. So and here's why. The shield reset is the only thing. The only thing that's good about this artifact is the shield reset, right? The shield reset is cool and all, but the damage, the backlash damage from Manacles, it just too much. Most of the time, it's gonna eat through that shield again. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're trying to make it spread out, make it stretch, and pop the shield last second, you still taking a whole backlash, a whole lot of backlash from Manacles, and it only works for 5 seconds. The cooldown is 45 seconds. Why do I want to use anything like okay, for example, like me, I want artifacts or something that's a constant buff that's always working the entire time I'm tanking. I don't want to have an artifact that only works for 5 seconds and then it's gone for the next 45, 60. That is too long as a tank. That is too long. I will never. It's trash. It's terrible. I will never, bro. You know? And then the damage that when Manacles proc and you get all that damage back, they don't tell you that it stacks. It stacks and it triples. So if you fighting 3 ads, it's gonna feel like 6. If you fight one boss, it's gonna feel like two, and so on. If you fight in a group of ads, bro, like 8 to 10 GGs, bro. Not saying you're gonna die, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you have a good healer. But me, I don't like taking all that damage when I don't have to. It's unnecessary. For what? You know, so yeah, man. Especially if you rage. I've seen so many people say it's good for rage. I ain't finna get into that, bro. But yeah, bro. Yeah, man. People don't use their heads, bro. What else? What else? Red Tornado is only good for battle tanking, and the good part about it is the DPS part. The healing part. I think I got into a whole debate with somebody about this, and it's really. I even had a friend test this out on 200 with Sissy's mask and without it. I don't even think Sissy's mask affects Red Tornado. Matter of fact, it doesn't. It don't. So that's one thing. Two, the heals you get from this and the best battle tank power is Rage. Rage and Earth. Bro, I had a friend of mine pop Berserk, Venom, Peace on Supply Drop, everything, ELG, and the heals he was getting from Red Tornado is nothing compared to Circe's Mask. But I'm not finna go into all that, but yeah, Red Tornado is a battle tanking, maybe dueling artifact. The only good part about this artifact is if you're, I mean, the only good part about this artifact is the DPS aspect of it, bro. And then too, if you're battle tanking, that's not working in Elite or Plus, especially if you got a good group, sweaty DPS to LG, you're not gonna put out no damage. So there's no point of you being a battle tank in them type of runs or groups. This is only good for Reg. And then even then, the best the best chance you got of maxing this out is if you're in a pug like you're in a raid group and everybody just downloaded the game, you know what I'm saying? Don't even know what they doing. If you have a red group and somebody in there decent, halfway decent, you're getting smoked. This is not. But anyway, that's a battle tank artifact. If you're a regular normal tank, don't get Red Tornado, bro. Please don't. What else? What else? What else? What else? I think that's it. Well, yeah, I got everything else clipped already. So Circe's Mask, one of the best artifacts, if not the best besides. Well, Mystic Circe's Mask is like hand in hand. They're both the best tank artifact, bro. So Circe, once your shield breaks, now it says once your shield is broken, right? What that also mean is if like with ice, you kind of can't stack the shields with ice. So if you pop, I think reflection, and then try to pop Winter Ward or Winter Ward and reflection or something like that, or the immunity, shadow restraints, they cancel each other out. When they cancel each other out, the game considers that to be a broken shield or breaking your shield. So that procs Circe's Mask. So if you're ice, you can pop like two shields, cancel one another, and then willfully pop Circe's Mask. But yeah, when your shield is broken from taking too much damage, or you just shield canceling, it procs Circe, and it buffs every heal that you get from supply drop, soda colas, rage crash healing, whatever it's called, severe punishment, fever, I don't know. Supercharged healing, ELG, it buffs everything. The only thing it doesn't buff is Red Tornado, Atomic Healing, and I think there's something else, but besides I could be wrong on that too. But Atomic Healing is not buffed by Circe's Mask. It's only buffed by I think Dominance or Health. Dominance I think. And Red Tornado. But everything else it buffs. So Circe's Mask is one of the best. And two, there's no cooldown whatsoever. It is infinite. So you can infinitely pop this back to back, back to back, back to back. Um Mystic. Is Mystic on here? Mystic. Also one of the best, if not the best tank artifact. Why? Because it covers everything that a tank needs from defense, from healing, um, And it even says in the middle, increase healing received by 10%, which again stacks with Sissy's mask. So by Sissy giving you that 20 or 30, that 20 or 30 goes to 30 and 40. You know what I'm saying? And if you fire has an automatic 50% healing received and something else. So that 30 40 is now 90. You know what I'm saying? It just it's infinite, man. It's OP. Um, but yeah, man, it covers a tank need. Mm, and yeah, everything is just optional, bro. After that, the only tank artifacts you need, like you must have, is Mystic and Sissy's mask. Everything else is optional. Also, with Sissy's mask, if you care about stunning the ads and the ads, bluing, and I think this DLC and the last DLC ads die way too quick. They don't have no health, so I don't think that would be a problem. But ads that have a lot of health, and it's a bunch of them, you don't have to use Sissy because it's going to stun them. But then again, trolls be over stunning all the time, so that's up to you, bro. Um, I'm running scrap because I love superchargers as a tank. Why not? You know, EOG. I don't have it at 200, but I wish I did. Um, but yeah, EOG for the superchargers, and if it's at 200, the dominance and health buffs. And then I'm running hard devices. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. I know I have it in ice elemental. I've been messing around with this, but yeah, I use it in ice elemental. If I don't feel like using elemental, I'll just take that out and put that in right there. uh, and yeah, I think I think I covered everything, bro. I went over Delusto, I went over Ebon, I went over Everyman, went over Mystic, EOG, Scrap, Sissy Mask, Last Pit. I think I went over Last Pit, but yeah, I went over Manacles. Amulet is trash for a tank. I used to think it was somewhat decent, but no. Half of your heals is nerfed. GG's. And I don't even think. I think it is buffed by Sissy's mask. I think I could be wrong, but the heals is still bad. What else? What else? Mercy. Nah. Peace Stone is also optional. You can use Peace Stone as a tank. Clarion is optional. You can use Clarion as a tank. What else? I think that's everything, bro. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yep. Alright, y'all. Peace out. Appreciate all the love, support, and yeah. Alright, y'all.